Hello guys, welcome back to Netcode-Hub channel. So this video you're going to create a Blazor page or a Blazor component. Now what is the essence of creating this Blazor or the Blazor component? Now you can see when you have a component, a design on top, we can have a script, we can have code beneath where it's going to render the page for us. Let's say you have a page whereby you want to get a data as soon as a button is clicked. With the help of using the eraser, you can have an attribute such as onClick, onMove, mouse move, or the other JavaScript method attribute that you can actually apply to a text box. You can also have the same thing with the eraser page. But when you use the view, without the eraser component, you're not going to have that. This example will help you understand the actual difference between the eraser component and the normal view. So let's go in there. Before that, click on Solution Explorer. Let's create the last folder for our project. So click on Add, then Add New Folder, and the name supposed to be Component. So with this component, that is what you're going to do. Right click on the component, go to Add, and I'm going for Eraser component. So you can see it's over here. I'll go to New Item, and I search for Eraser component. So with this Blazor component, it's going to be product list. So let's give it product list. So product list, and the extension is going to be .razor. So you can see that here we have product list .razor over here. So there's a component. So if you actually if you've been through ASP.NET, you can see we have a user control, and likewise it's the same as the product list here. Okay, so now with the user control or the product list, I have a code here. The first one here is our style, but before that, let's include the header files first. And why are we including all this? Let's first check. First, we're using Microsoft.ASP Netcode.Component.Web. So this is what you're actually using now here. Now aside from that, so let's see, ASP core dot components. Okay, so .web, right? So we have this. The next thing is we have the modals. We are including the modals. So the modal contains the product. Now we have our services, which contains the get product service, and we have here we have what the product service. So here we are injecting the product service JSON file product service, then the method called product service. You know, this service going to read the database, and then this is going to call this method the database read, or this product service. After reading this method, going to call that. So we add the top here. Now the next thing here is we're going to add this style. This is a simple style, okay, that you're going to add to this. So why are you adding this style? Let's see. Now with the image that I took, you see that as soon as you click on this, you will see the rest get highlighted. Now let's see. Now as soon as I hover the mouse on this, this gets to be blurred, right? So that's why we are having that. Now the next thing is to do what? We are going to add this container fluid. So there's a little bit of what bootstrap. So I'm not sure I can take time to go through this with you, but I learned it is a bootstrap. So if you're actually good at bootstrap, as soon as I paste it there, you're going to know what it's going for. So you can see from here, this is what you have. We are having a container fluid as a big container surrounding. Okay. Now aside from that, you see we have, there's a card. That's a margin bottom 3. We have a card header, and they have a card text. So text center, we are centering, or you are centering what the text. And you can see that's the text here, image sample or sample image gallery. Now as you can see here, or let's make it web image gallery. Now here you have a row, and on the row we are looping through the product service dot get product. This is the services from the JSON file product service, and that is a method in. So we loop through them, then we create a div as a border. We call an image class. So image column, that's going to be the name, the class. So that there is a class as image column. That's what we have applied the attribute here, or the style here. So the source, we set it to the image. Now remember that when you go to a product service, we have the image to be we have an image to be the link, as you can see from here. So this is the image. Remember that here we bind it, or we map the image into this img here. So it means I call for this link. So we have the link over there, and now there is the border. So we have the border radius as 10 pixels. We have curve it, we have the size and the height. So that's the CSS. Now when it comes here, this is the one I was talking about. So you can see here we have on click as the same as the JavaScript. So here you have to start with the @ symbol on click, and now when it is clicked, we call for this E. So this is an event. Then we put this rocket shape symbol, and now we select product. So here is a method that you are calling. We pass in this product.id as an attribute or as a property or as an argument to this product. Select product. So this is a method that we need to define. We pass the title on top down here. Now, how do you define the title? Let's see. The title, that's where you have to use this code to define the title. So let's copy this. And now in here, we paste this. So this is a select product. So this is a selected product. So product, we create an object of this product as selected product. So void select product. So that's the method. So this is the method. So here it is coming in with an argument. Here we are receiving the argument here. And since why are you saying product ID is supposed to be string? When you go to the source, our product.json, you can see the ID, they are test string. So that's why you pass in string over here. Then we make a query from the data table. So product service.get product.first. We are searching for the only one, x rocket shape mask to x.id is equal to the product ID. So the button that is going to click, or the image that the person is going to click, you should pass in the ID to this method, and you should make a query from the data table, database for JSON, and now grab the ID over here. Now when you get it, it's going to, you see we have selected product. So we have the selected product. You're going to store it to this, and now we are utilizing the selected product from here. So as you can see from here, product service.get product, we have select product, and you're getting the title, the image, and the ID over here as well. Okay, now once you have that, when the button is clicked, we want to get the selected product. So how do we get it? We need to add the last part, and that's going to be the modal. So this is the modal. Now we are saying that if selected product, the input that is coming in from as soon as the user clicks, if that product is not null, it means it contains an object or a value or a product properties or attribute. We are calling for what? Modal class. So this is a modal. Now here you need not to type everything here. Just go to Bootstrap. That is a modal here. So you can see this is a modal. I click on this. This is a modal. So this is what you want. Okay. So you just have to grab this paste, go to Bootstrap, then go to documentation of the component, and you can see we have modal here. Click on that, and you can actually grab this over here. So this is what you're actually using, and you call the modal. So here modal, you pass in the ID here, then this is the title, selected product.title. We have image for this image, then we have the description for the description. Okay, and that's all. So yeah, you can see we can have a nice one. And now with this, you're having a position as relative, and the left is 35, and the margin right is for 60 pixels. So that's what you're actually using to define or decorate this. So let's save this, and now in the next video, let's talk about how do you map this to the services and how to compile a project, run it as well. Thank you guys for watching. We go out for break, and we return soon.